You,
There's no. I was. When you told me to go somewhere, I was there immediately and I saw everything.
well, I like to still do the counting though, and it just makes it for an
Hmm.
easier transition.
Yeah.
A lot of people, like when I would say, they would say, man, I got there so quickly, but I love that you counted because it gave me an opportunity to really, catch my bearings. And I was like, okay, awesome. So, what do you remember?
The door. I saw the white door and then I saw the white. Did I see white when I
Yes.
walked in?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, a white. And then immediately I got into it wasn't a garden, it was more like a field of wildflowers.
Yes.
But yeah, with kind of like tall grass with
That's what you
wildflowers,
said.
all
Uh huh.
different kinds. Yeah.
Then what about the little
Then
people?
then the next scene was these little tiny, and they were like in a big group. They were all working in the
Gnomes?
yeah, like
Guard
they were.
gnomes.
I couldn't tell if they were little brownies or gnomes but they had these little round faces and little short legs, and they were just so cute. And they were also happy, and they were like, "Hi," like,
Like they recognized you?
oh yeah, they definitely knew who I was.
And really, in that form, you were a little girl
Oh really?
with a little yellow dress on.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then
I had,
when.
I
Go.
remembered my hair was just thick.
Uh
It
huh.
was like thick yellow hair, and it was just like I was so proud of my thick yellow hair. I know I was just like, oh,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And then
yep.
when you went to where you lived, you changed form
Mhm.
to a brown girl with white hair and long fingers and only three fingers and a thumb, two fingers and a thumb.
Yep. Long,
Yes.
skinny. Everything was skinny. Like,
Almost like an extraterrestrial, I thought was really
yeah,
interesting.
it was just like that, like really skinny but brown.
And I kept
Pointy
trying.
ears.
Yes, exactly. Like little elves.
Oh my gosh, you know what it reminds me of? The Dark Crystal.
Yes, okay.
That girl with the straight hair with the pointy.
Yes. And I kept trying to think, I was like, man, is she an elf? Is she, but I just said you're an
Oh,
elemental, which falls into
and
that
then
line.
as soon as you said that, it was just like a ring a bell. Like that's it.
Okay.
Because
So
I didn't.
in my mind,
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, and I'm like, I know what she is. I know what she is. And then I could hear, okay, elemental. And I said, that's why I said it. And I didn't want to make sure just because I said it, that's all of a sudden you're like, okay, well, I'll just say, yes, that's what it is. So, but,
So the girl walking on the path, she was bigger than those little gnomes, just so you knew. And then when I got to this cottage place,
yeah.
I, I could. The whole setting could have been. I could have been little, but I couldn't tell. There was
Okay.
nothing there to compare it with.
Oh, no, I totally understand.
Yeah, so I don't know what my size was when I got there.
But that's absolutely okay. But then
Okay.
you went to where you lived, and like I say, you totally changed form. And then no one was in the house, and you set the bed, and
Oh,
you thought you were about 20 years old. And
yeah.
that's when I was like, okay, well, let's just go to a council because the councils and the elders always have all the information. And where you were trying to talk to them, they would give up a little bit or whatever, a lot of just looking and staring. So then I said, do you know who I am? And they said, yes. And I said, may I ask you some questions? And they said, yes. And then I told them that you were bilocating from the earth. And this is like, you just really wanted to know. And they gave you information.
Hmm.
And then I asked, is there an aspect of me there as well? And they said, yes. Oh, you said my presence was there. And I was like, am I on that council? And I think you said yes. And And so, and then I stopped that line of questioning, and it's almost like a dream for me now. I'm trying to remember what I was asking, and
I remember they showed to me it was like you were everywhere, like you've been there so many times, like that's why you were everywhere.
well, yeah. Oh, see, in
You
the
you just are, yeah, they know you very well there.
what
You've
was
been on council, you've been what I've been, in that forum.
mm-hmm.
You've been those little guys, you've been everything. You've just been there so many times. They just showed me. That's why they just said, "You did they say you've been everywhere?" Something like
Well,
that. Like
yeah, you did say that.
like
But you know what? When we were in the fairyland before this little session, before the other session, you said that I was the sun, and
yeah. Oh yeah, they showed me the sun. Like you were the sun.
and I was like trying to figure that one out.
Like the sun, the planet sun.
I understand. So I just thought, okay, that probably meant that I was the light. You know what I mean?
That's a star, isn't it? That's not a planet.
It's okay.
I'm like,
But when they say something
okay.
like that, oh, and what else? Oh, the fairies led you to me. That's what they said.
Oh,
Not in this one, but in the first one, they said that they led it to you. They led
okay.
me to you, or you to me, or something. So they knew that I would bring you here or something. It's really interesting. A lot of people say that in these sessions or what have you, and this, of course, was a trial basis. So I just wanted to see once again. Like, you see the difference, you say, in this one from the last
Mhm.
one. This one,
Mhm.
I did a full guided visualization induction that rhymed.
Oh, okay.
That's what that was. The first one was sort of more like a guided meditation just to get you in. But this one was easier, and you were
Mhm.
there, and it was more real, and it was just
Mhm.
easier. That was the first thing you said.
It seemed like the first one I had